Welcome back to the show, everyone. I want to show you in this episode on basically the entirement of mass sniping, mass bundling, things that you may not know that you need to know getting into this. So I actually partnered up with a young gentleman that just paid for a 101, and I wanted to give you guys out there an exclusive behind the scenes of what we spoke about. So here it is without any further ado. So let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and draw here so you can see as well. 1 second. Okay, so first thing first, let's call this, for example, this is Vortex, okay? And Vortex Bundler is working on Telegram, okay, TG. Now, there's some things that you need to be aware of moving forward so that way you know the difference between everything, okay? One thing I would say is that Vortex, first of all, has this thing called a node. First of all, do you know what a node is?
No.
Okay. Let me break that down for you even better. So I'm gonna, and by the way, I'm gonna record this for you too, so that way you can have it later and you can use it later on down the road. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So what a node is it allows your transactions to essentially talk to Solana. So let's just say we'll make Solana this over here. This is Solana, S-O-L-A, right? And in order for us to buy and sell from Solana, and Solana theoretically will be pump fun. It'll be every exchange you could think of, but anything that's related to Solana will be specifically in this purple box here, okay? Now, in order for us to communicate and use our funds appropriately, we have to use these things called nodes. This is what a node is. Now, nodes theoretically can be free or they can be not free. Now, what's happening right now in the space is you are getting into quote unquote bundling. But in reality, to be honest with you, it's no longer really bundling because back in 2024, what used to happen is this. Let me break it down even further. So this line here. So we have these things called blocks, okay? And there's block 0, block 1, block 2, etc., etc. Now, what happens is when you buy your coin on Pump Fund, you buy it in block 0 right here, okay? We'll make block 0. In block 0 right here, nobody can snipe block 0. That's why devs can buy $200, $400, doesn't matter. But they can basically buy what they need to be the first one in position to be able to get their supply. Now, after that, it's when usually everyone does the PvP thing, which is block 1, 2, 3, etc., which is these blocks 1 and 2 and, you know, etc. Now, what happens here is in the world of mass sniping, not bundling, because the difference between bundling is this. Bundling was back in 2024 when we used to say, okay, we want to bring 20 wallets in the game. We want to bring them in at block 0 at the same time, meaning that if you brought 20 wallets in block 0, nobody can snipe that. But this is a problem with this, okay? As time went on, I'll put a white line here, these things called trading platforms came out, such as NeoBullix, such as Axiom, such as, are you familiar with these things? GMGN. Okay, perfect. Photon, exactly. I was there when Photon literally just started the first day. So Photon, GMGN, and also like, what's it called? Bullix, okay? And Axiom. So, with that being said, each of these platforms have their own trading systems and also their own security measurements as well. So as time moved on, what we used to call bundling, where everyone used to bring, let's say, for example, 20 wallets. So we'll put 20 wallets here. It's 20 here. That's considered 20 wallets. So when we used to bring 20 wallets into one block, and then everybody used to buy on top of us, essentially, and then we were able to pretty much have the leverage to dump on them if you wanted to. The thing about that what's it called, strategy, I guess you could say, is that it doesn't work no more, just because Bullix is going to notify all the snipers and all the traders that this thing is heavily bundled. It'll say like 80% bundled and 70% bundled. Yes, correct. Absolutely. So this is meaning that 20 wallets or multiple wallets for that matter has been somehow, some way seen in block 0, which is not a good thing no more because it's detected and people don't buy on your project. Now, the thing about it is this, I'll be honest with you. That is theoretically still used, but it's only for certain particular type of projects. And I'm going to tell you what type of projects would do that. If you were Kanye West, for example, right? then there's a reason because everyone's gonna ape into it anyway. So you want to get like if you want to buy 1,000 wallets, yeah. And matter of fact, are you familiar with bubble maps? Yeah, yeah. I'll Yes, we'll go over that right now, actually, while we're here, just so you can have the understanding of what that really is, because it's very important for you to understand this moving forward, no matter what you do in the bundle or mass sniper game. So let's just take, hypothetically speaking, this particular random contract right here that I'm looking at, right? And we're going to go into the holders here, and we're going to click on generate bowl map, which is right there on the right side. So right here, this lets us know essentially how many wallets are potentially the same person. Now, as you see right here, there's 2 wallets that look like they're the same person. And people usually in the beginning of the bundling process, if they don't know what they're doing, you're going to see all these freaking bubbles tied into the same person and no one buys it. Exactly. Now, the reason why this is clean is what we call mixing. So not only Vortex, but also Frogwa Tools and all the other bundlers, they have these things called mixers. And also, to be honest with you, the mixers, they periodically go out of date. Usually this is why the bundlers always are updating, because this team here, let's just call this team Insight X. So I'm going to type in they're called Insight X. They're a team that their responsibility is to basically fight against what we're doing. You know, Insight X. You say you used to do cybersecurity? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So yeah, let me go back to my screen here. So basically here, and you still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So basically what we have here is the Inside X team essentially works with Bullux, GM, Photon to make sure that basically these bubble maps are always updated. So the bundler people, whether it be Frogwa Tools, Vortex, etc., are always coming with updates to be combative of what the Inside X team is doing. So when it comes to bundling, no matter if you're bundling with $600 or 6,000 or 60 or 6 million, you want to make sure that when each wallet essentially is separated, so no one's able to tell that this is one particular person. That's probably the number one thing when it comes to the start of bundling, just to keep you up to speed. Okay. Okay, so that in there, in a sense, is called mixing. But before we get into mixing, I just want to go over nodes again because it's important. So in this world, we have 2 different tiers here. We have a tier that is Vortex, that is standalone, which are basically bundlers such as Kinesis, Vortex, there's a couple other ones like Pumpkin. What I mean by standalone is that they are going to take care of the node for you. They're going to take care of the VPS. They're going to take care of everything. Sorry, let me get this phone call. My wife's calling. Give me 1 second.
Then I thought the dev wallet and the fund wallet was the same thing. So that was, an issue, So it was like a lot of like small little issues that I had to just the educational gap.
Yeah, no, I get you. So let me show you something that's very important when you're in the process of everything too, because a lot of times when you start off with this stuff, you kind of think, okay, this is how it should be done. And in reality, it's another way. So let me just scroll down here. So let's say hypothetically you have 15 wallets, right? And I'm gonna just use this as like a chart here. So this is Pump Fund. Now usually I'm gonna give you the difference between a beginner and then the person that's doing this like for a living, right? So no matter how much money you have, if you live in, let's say $5,000, let's say for example, the beginner comes in like this, where he's just all the charts are green. He's not selling shit. It's just nothing but green candles going up. Okay. It does not look very attractable. Now, yes, you have a full positions.
Organic or
it doesn't look organic at all either. Yeah. So that's the beginner. Now, the person that essentially is aware of what they're doing, which I'm pretty sure that this is what happened probably in your Vortex launch. When you came in with your wallets, I'm pretty sure after you came in with, say 8 of them, at least 2 or 3 of them you should have automatically sold. So it looked like a sniper came in and then automatically went out. And then it makes the chart look like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than just this. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is these little down sales right here is where snipers actually feel like getting froggy
Yeah,
and
you
actually
buy the
jumping
dip.
into it.
You buy the dip,
And
right? Yeah.
the dips, yeah. And so if you're not providing any dips, you're providing basically a market manipulation tool with nothing but just gains and no losses, which they know the market's not like that, you know?
Okay.
So when it comes down to it, leverage is one of the biggest things. Like I'm gonna show you something else here. So there's a tool that I use as well called Kinesis. Kinesis GG. It's a web-based bundler, and you're able to tell. For example, I can see there's 4,000 fucking 557 Solana reported volume as of right now, meaning that it's a lot of people just buying and selling like crazy. This also allows you to understand like your leverage as far as like, okay, I can come in with some money. There's gonna be a lot more people buying. I might have a better opportunity to get some exit liquidity, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so what you can do here with the way they work is they're similar to Telegram, except for you have everything web based, right? And what happens usually is when you start the contract, immediately these guys will hit sales. It's in my course, by the way. I'm not sure you've seen it, but go to Kinesis. You'll see the guys will come in with like 8 wallets, and as soon as they hit, they'll minus 2 of them out immediately.
Okay.
And then you'll see when that happens, 9 times out of 10, you'll have like snipers come in slowly after of those sales, and then another group comes in of 8. And then they take 2 out real quick, and another group of 8 comes in. Next thing you know, they have like 4 or 5 groups that they have of their wallets, and then they sell all of it, and that basically is like 1-2 sold profit.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I want to answer your first question though, in regards to the amount of Solana you're going with. Currently, as we speak right now, one SOL, I believe, is about $200, I believe, ish.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about literally 3 SOL for your floor at the moment. So even if you were to break down 3 SOL into, let's say, like 20 wallets, you're looking at like what, $10. Let's break that down to math. Let me get my calculator real quick.
Yeah. So you said 20?
Yeah, let's say let's just say hypothetically speaking, we did
about $20 each.
$600 divided by, let's just say 20. I want to know what that number is. So that means that's 20 at wallets firing.
That's like 15,
between,
I think. No, that's like $30, I think.
$30 per wallet. Per wallet. So 30 wallets, sorry, 20 wallets, $30 per wallet, which honestly, to be completely frank and honest with you, in the beginning of a market cap, like that actually is okay. Because when somebody aping $200 is something that they don't know of, is weird, and unless it's a very big play. So when you do your plays, your memes are going to need to be essentially like what they call community plays, and meaning that you took someone else's work. Let me show you an example. Actually, let me go to Pump Fund right now, and I'll give you an example. Do you know what a vamp is?
No.
Okay, let me show you 3 things before we get into this. This is very important. So there's 3 things that you need to be aware of as far as making money in the meme space, okay? One thing is going to be called VAMP, VAMP. The other thing is going to be called LARP, LARP. I'm going to explain every single one of these for you.
Oh, LARP, but I never knew what it meant. Yeah.
Live action role play. VAMP, LARP. Then there's also CT, community, which is crypto Twitter. For the most part, these 3 things are the most part. And technically, you could say there's streaming coins too, the streamer coins, but that's just a whole other hybrid. But I'll just go with these 3. Yeah. So with the VAMP list, this is this. So if I go to Pump right now, and let's just say I go to the right here, and I'm like, all right, this is a cool looking project. Has it bonded yet? And if I go here, it has bonded. But if I find a project that has not bonded, like Kid Dev, what the fuck? Has been violation for pump services. What the hell's going on? So let's see here. I'm gonna go down to something that looks like it's a vamp project. The remaining monkey. Here, maybe like this. Okay, so let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this particular project right here was not already bonding curve was at 100%. What happens a lot of times in the day is people launch projects, but they don't have a lot of volume, and so they don't really go past bonding. So if this one was one of those ones where it said, like, say, for example, 65 or 75%, but the project looked pretty good, then it might be a situation where you want to clone it real quick. But the thing about it is when you clone a project, Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen yeah, I think I did that one time, but it wasn't successful.
The problem, I'm going to show you why it was successful. I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, you probably didn't do what I'm about to say. If you did, then we could talk about it. When you clone a project, did you create the XCOM with it as well?
No.
That's the problem. See, the thing is, these snipers are not stupid. They're stupid, but they're not that stupid. See what happens when you clone this project? They're looking at these 3 links right here, which is basically the website, the actual link to the project, or if it's the Telegram. So right here, this one doesn't even have one. I think. Let me just double check. This one's fucking doesn't even have one. A recent. Oh, this is just LARP lore. A recent indicate of March October 28th, in Mississippi involved something of monkeys escaping after a truck. It's just a story. There's no link at all to connect to it. This is just like literally a play that you could theoretically take. But I'm just saying, 9 times out of 10, if you do take a play, they probably have a Twitter account already trashed to it, like a crypto community. Yeah. So when you did that, you literally told everybody to go back to that same old community, which is basically bad because people automatically can tell that that was already reused. You see what I'm saying?
So don't put it or don't put it because you're gonna go see the original.
When you clone it, you put you basically clone the project, but you got to create your own XCOM, your own community.
Oh, you got to create your own.
Yeah, and then attach it to the clone project.
Okay, yeah, because what I did was I put copy metadata, and then I put that, and I put the information in, and then copy metadata. So then it referred them. So it referred people to their Twitter, not my Twitter community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they're gonna see the original. They're gonna know that. Okay.
So what happens is they want to feel like they're the first to get the pie. Think about it, right? If they go to the XCOM and it says 300 fucking members, they're like, what the fuck? How is it possible? There's always the market cap's at like 8,000,
Yeah.
So if you create your own XCOM, then they say, oh, this must be a new project. They don't even know about the one that even was created because it didn't even go to fucking Dex.
Yeah. So the thing with that is like, I was gonna ask you about that because I learned that I saw that in the video with Pasha or whatever. So basically, So the thing is that the way he does it, he goes in and out so quick. So it's like if I create the community, how long do I keep it, and how long do I like if I create a coin, right? Let's say for example, if I create like Passport Bros, or let's say like Tariff Coin or whatever. So let's say for example, if I create that. Yeah. If I create that, the community and everything like that, how long am I supposed to like stay in? How long am I supposed to like
I got you. So basically, you're essentially checking your P&L, and you're wondering basically the way of basically converting the soul just so you can profit, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it all depends on a couple things. So if you're working with like $600, which is basically 3 soul, your best bet is to find projects like the one I'm looking at right now, because these projects will go regardless. They just need push and they need holders. So you need to break down that 30 into like almost like cocaine, like break that shit down into like 20 different wallets. And then from that point on, honestly, you would be more of an asset to a KOL or a crypto Twitter person if you connected with them already and said, listen, I'm a dev. I do projects like this. You could even send them this coin right here if you wanted to. I'll even send it to you right now. And they will know that you do real projects, like shit that's not like, you're not making up any type of like, crypto technology or nothing. You're finding out shit that's really happening in the world, and you're literally either cloning it or you're finding it yourself and then making a coin. And then they're going to push it more because they know that the exit liquidity should be 10 times the amount of that you put in it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
let me give you another example too. Let me show you. Do you see just my pump fund, or you see the whole entire screen?
I see the pump fund.
Okay. Let me show you something real quick. Let me go to this Telegram. You have Telegram, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to send you this chat. It's got almost 17,000 people in it, and literally, it's just a group of people that are like buying coins all day long. And so it's groups like this that you kind of want to get involved with, so that way they're already kind of looking for the projects. This is you're putting stuff to the actual market. Here, let me copy this for you.
Yeah, I used to yeah, I'm still in certain particular groups, but it's like it's like I lost more than I made. So that's why I want to go on the other side now. You understand?
No, I feel like, no, the groups, so the groups is not like you're going to buy into it. The
Yeah, I'm
groups
just
is
looking
so
at
that way
good
you're going
ideas
to
that's what's popping, right?
huh?
I'm just looking at what's popping for today. Like
No,
certain
you're gonna
days,
use
like
the groups to
bros.
shill. Like when you drop your coin with 20
Yeah.
wallets, you can say, "Oh my god, I just found a sender, guys," and then drop it in on that group. So they don't know it's you. You're
Okay.
just providing what they're already buying shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So let's
yeah.
say I have, for example, over like 40 groups here. That's one I just
Yeah,
sent
I
you there.
have,
That's 16,000.
yeah, and I
Huh?
have two different telegrams anyway, so
Okay.
I can say,
Perfect.
hey, listen, hey guys, yo, this shit look crazy, and
Yeah.
then
Exactly. Exactly. And then, so there's different metas too. You all gotta be you have to be aware of what's sitting for the day for specifically meta wise because it allows you to be more what people are looking for. For example, like this one I sent you right here. Like there's no. This is probably the best play for someone like you, just because of the amount of liquidity that you're working with, um, and the fact that this person's community. Think about it. There's no XCOM here. This is the best play. And now theoretically, you wouldn't clone this because literally it's already past bonding curve. But if it wasn't this type of situation where you could find metas and just put it in the description, everything is on the site. All the holders, all the freaking communication, everything is on the site. These things actually end up going. And if you look at the actual creator rewards, that's where you're going to make a lot more money too. Matter of fact, let me look at the creator rewards of this thing here. This guy's made about $1,000 in creator rewards in the last 2 hours. 5.4 soul. And that's just off of just launching. He sold the coin too. So that's just launching the narrative of what's going on right now. The remaining monkey.
Okay, because the thing is that like let's say for example, he doesn't have an X, so I would create an X and to act like I'm the first,
Yeah,
right?
the only time you would create an X though is when the project. Let's go to another project. When a project already has an XCOM attached to it, then you're going to essentially rebuild it as if you created the project. So, like for example, let's go to. First of all, let me see what the meta is for today. Let me go to home. So trending. Here we go. Featured. Here we go. Let's go to. Hold on. Let me refresh my screen out here like this. Okay. All right. So niche coin. And let me see. Twitter. This is TikTok. So niche. TuneX, XCOM. Let's see the XCOM. Community post. Here we go. Niche episode. I can keep the niche going. Okay, but that's cool. Niche coin. Let me go back here. 4 people. So this is perfect. So this would be a beautiful project to vamp right now, because this project is going to rug anyways. I could tell. But the reason why is, one, it hasn't been on. It hasn't bonded yet. So no one really gives a fuck about it. It's about the first one in bonds at the end of the day, right? So you copy this one right now, you clone. There's a whole entire identity shit up. You just say basically make your own XCOM, right? Niche coin.
Then change the contract address, right?
Well, it automatically will do that for you when you launch the coin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Once you launch a coin and then you make the XCOM, then yeah, you copy the XCOM into that. Absolutely. But yeah, basically by doing that, you now have a project where people are like, "Oh, I get it." Then I know that I get the LAR. They sent us to the TikTok where this is niche, you know, and then this is exactly what you would do. And then like the guys that are cooking every day,
Yeah.
they're doing spam launches, and they have this, but they have this times like 30. You know, so as you saw right now, it just went from like whatever 13.4 down to 7.6.
Yeah.
Because
So
the
they
gray
probably
man with
just
volume,
yeah.
people bought whoever these people are. They'll start coming more and more, but they think it's a real play because literally everything's there, from the coin to the actual graphic to now even like the play. But is it worth its while? Probably not. but people are buying right now, as you can see right here. You know, and theoretically speaking, this is where you in the bumbling, and I mean the money comes in regard, because if you have more funds to play with, they pump the charts, then they sell your charts on purpose, your own money on purpose.
Yeah.
Then they pump
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you pump it again just so it looks more organic. So you could either do that, or you could come in with a play that already is like sending. Like for example, are you familiar with CT news stuff?
You said CT?
C2, you see, yeah. When we talk about CT,
No, but
okay, let me.
I know there's like a tab on Axiom Pro, like it tracks, you know, like Kanye West tweets and, you know, Elon Musk tweets and
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. So there's a way to essentially, I will leverage that. So those actually scanners, you can actually add more and more people to them. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah, because like Axiom Pro for me, it wasn't like it was a little too advanced for me
Yeah.
because like the quick buys and everything like that. So, you know, it was a little too much for me because I need like step by step type stuff.
Okay. Cool. So the when we go into see, let me go into them actually real quick here so we can see them. Go to Axiom. Actually, you know what? Let me go to yeah, no, fuck it. We'll go Axiom. Yeah, Axiom. Okay. And let me log in real quick. So acting crazy on me. All right. So these trackers here, these tracker alerts, is the one way that you're going to be able to essentially provide this exact same play. So this whole idea that we just had beforehand with that monkey one that showed probably came from CT News, right? They just basically created a narrative for it because they found it on CT News. It just allows you. Now you have two options. You can either be the guy on CT News, like Axiom with these trackers finding the news, or you could just go and pump on himself and then find people that have made the project of news.
Yeah,
And then simply
do that.
yeah, and they simply just didn't go. Like they're looking for particular projects. Like for example, let me go here. You look at the actual memes. You want to find something like dot fun. All right, let's see here. Oh shit, this is already bonded. But you could see how I just saw that right off the bump, and you know you could see these memes that usually the ones that'll send more community driven. So when you see something like, for example, I don't know, this like robot thing, Spirit of Tech. Let's see what the fuck this is. This is a fucking rug. Damn. But the interesting thing about these fucking rugs, bro, I swear to you, is like there's still low key money there. Because if you would have came in and bought at 5.3, you could have still 2x. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these type of situations, you can see this chart is completely someone a lot of money that just are trying to basically in a second. But honestly, let's go back here to anything that has a logo that represents a specific community, like Techless Coin, for example. Let's see this. See, bonded. You can see these things. Everything that I'm clicking on that have like a logo in centrally are bonding. Like this guy not bonding. You know, it's like almost like a hidden handshake type shit right here. Let's see what this is. This might be a vamp. No XCOM. That's why. Yeah, no XCOM. But the logo, the meme looks good. Meme 7 minutes ago. Let's see for XCOM. X4A. All right, this one here, 66%. This one has a possibly dying chance. X4 the agent. What the fuck is it? That's what I'm saying right there. Did this tokenize there?
I think it's a utility coin, maybe.
I don't think it's a utility. I think it's tokenized. Like someone just found a random ass project. X4 is a law self-optimizing protocol where AI agents complete in real time from rounding price marketing. Honestly, this thing about this is this, even though this may be tech, right?
Yeah.
You can see right here the market cap. This looks really organic too. Dev buys. The dev still in here? Oh yeah, the dev's still in here, 5%. So Hmm. There's no real way though to know that this particular project unless you go to Twitter and they actually put it on their Twitter. Let me see if there's a Twitter attached to this. Because 9 times out of 10, these people just find random projects of crypto and then tokenize them. They don't, even though they could be the dev, but people think it's really they own it, but that's the whole law on it. They don't own nothing.
It's a random person, right?
Yeah, let me just see here because this don't even think have any. What is this shit? This sounds like there's a bunch of bullshit. Like for real, like there's a bunch of random fucking code here. Literally, it feels like there's nothing. It looks
legit to the naked eye, right?
It would make it look legit, but there's nothing here. There's no freaking links at all. Next evolution cycle, 22 days, 21 hours. Like, come on now. That's just like time for exit time. Like, honestly, check this out. Let me show you something real quick here. This is crazy here. Let me show you something. If you can literally create projects like this yourself. Go to Lovable. It takes $25.
Okay.
And you literally have it create me a very interesting website for Solana. Take the following following content to structure a countdown same site with very interesting colors and effects. Yeah. And then I'll paste that. Watch this shit. It's just gonna cook up literally a fucking website in like literally no time. It's doing it right now as we speak.
Crazy.
So you could do this. These are tech plays as well. But in that regard, you would just create a Lovable account for $25 and then generate like 20 freaking sites and then literally connect the domains. But the problem with that is this. It'd be better if you went to like a website like Swapped or someone that bought old domains, because these snipers are coming in because they're registering that the .com might be 2 months old or 3 months old. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So you want to make it look aged, basically.
Yes.
Okay. You want to age it. Yeah.
Exactly. So you age these .coms up and just connect the registrants. I'm gonna show you right now. It's literally creating the site for us as we speak. It says, "Let me build this." Editing. It's building it right now. This is gonna be interesting. What the fuck does pop up? Because I'm pretty sure that this particular play here is just that. Like literally.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
You don't need an XCOM for this too, either. By the way, but this is. Let's look at this. The marketing behind this, regardless. So, he bought about. Well, the value of it is 1.3 now, but 5% was right there. There's no sign whatsoever of any type of video, so no streaming whatsoever. The comments are like pretty, rare. It only started 45 minutes ago. So for that matter, the bump is going to be. Let's look at the trades actually. We're using a bump bot. It's like the same motherfucker low key. Let's look at the bubble maps too.
Okay. Bubble maps. Let me see.
So two people.
Yeah. 2 people.
Let's go to refresh it from. All right, it's refreshing right now. From that was 26 minutes ago. Let's do it now though. So there's more people now.
Okay.
See, as you see there, so like not too many clumps of shit going on, but for the most part, shit, the only time will tell. But theoretically speaking, this would be a good situation because as long as you have aged accounts, and we can look at that too later on as far as the domain name and stuff like that. But here, I think it just might have cooked up something here. Let's see, we're still here. We go. X4 autonomous agent market. Look at that. 2 days. What is the operating system? Look at that.
So I'm gonna build up anticipation.
A whole long website that was built in a matter of seconds, and all it needs to be is connected to an old domain. And next thing you know, you launch the coin, and people are like, as long as you could dev holding 5%, you basically got yourself creatorrewards.com.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you a question where, like, if I say for example that coin, right? That coin is at 24. If the dev was to dump, how much profit would he get?
Well, he's already made 1,000 on creator rewards already. We can look at that. And Billy Meth. Let's see here, coins. 32. What the fuck? No, he's got more to coin. Oh, he's a dev. That's why people are buying this. So this there's the play right there. He's a dev. He cooks. So let's look at these are coins that he's made. Like he's launching from the same dev wallet. So this is very cool when devs do this because literally you don't gotta fucking hide. People ape into you blindly because they know that you consistently can do shit. You know.
Yeah.
The question of the matter is, let's go look at his since we're here with it. Let's go take a look at his other plays to see if they're kind of symbiotic to the same thing because you can clearly see right now on the actual chat, the comments say no socials, basic website, no mentions of coin on website. Nah, but yet he's still making money, you know. So let's just see if this is his play because it's really interesting to find out tactics, like literally while you're in the trenches. So let's go here. We're gonna go into some other coins he's got. Z0 Bro coin 7 days ago. This thing went to 700, 800. So what's some nice numbers here? Did it have an XCOM? Let's see here. It had a github.com, which is no longer there, by the way. Jeffy coin. So he probably did some shit. Let's see here. There's XCOM here, which is probably gone low key. Let's see here. BillyMath.eth. So this is, I guess, his dev. And by the way, you're aware that you have to have a verified account in order to have an XCOM, right?
Verified.
Yeah, you have to have a verified to create a community like this.
Oh yeah, I think I signed up for that, but I never used it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Good. So this says remember the key. Blah, blah, so this is just dev account. I'm looking at here. I'm seeing that there's not that much interactions. You know, so it's not like this is all coming from this Twitter account. So he's definitely not getting motion from this. Now, as far as the community, let's see here. Billy. Yeah, he's just posting on his actual wall. You know what? He might have deleted the community, to be honest with you, of those actual other projects, though, which is usually what people do when they're finished rugging with their release with exiting. But let's go back here to his this page here. So he did this one, which went crazy. Then another one, a couple here, 7 days ago. These are a lot of 7 days ago. 5.4. That did nothing. This one did nothing really. That one, yeah. So he ain't really doing too much. I think the really main reason, to be completely frank with you, why this is really sending, is because the last one went. Okay. The last one went crazy. And I don't know exactly. Long live Zero.
I guess it was 700.
Huh? Yeah, 700, 800, something like that. Crazy amount, yeah.
All right, so what percentage did he walk away with?
You know, there's no way to really actually tell because if Bubble Maps is clean, that's the whole point.
Yeah, because I remember I used this website, Speed Launch, which they took my money and they locked me out.
So that's a honeypot.
Yeah, so they said that listen, you can remove liquidity and whatever. So I thought I was gonna get like 99% of the money. Yeah. So then I signed up for it and then they locked me out.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm trying to see like with Pump Fund,
Pump Fund you can't do that. Yeah, any project that you buy on Pump Fund. That's the great thing about people buy on Pump Fund because they know they can't. There's no honeypots on Pump Fund. But this Long Live Zero situation, though, I'm not sure if let me see here. Long Live Zero. If this is his coin, there's got to be some type of maybe Twitter LAR. I'm trying to see where it's connecting to the dots. But usually in the long way, someone named Zero Bro. Let me see Zero Bro. Okay, so this guy here. Who is this guy? 2USD. The level of today says because this coin is not. This is not the coin. This is he just Pump Fund made a meme of the situation. You see what I'm saying? So there's something in the actual news that has happened that people decided to buy. This was about 13.87 million. That's why. So they're making fun of just, this LAR, which again, it's just what tactic you want to do, going into the industry, finding out what's popping, even if it's not even a pump fund related, it could be a death. Who died today, for example.
Yeah.
Who died today? Who died today?
I know probably when Charlie Kirk died, I know people made money probably.
Oh yeah. 100%. I mean, it's just all these type of narratives out there that are out there. The best thing though is that, I would say if you're in your position working with 3, definitely use the launch of the dev coin. There's no reason why for you to continue to not use the dev coin in that particular coin, because you're working with such a low liquidity. You want to get traction and find one that finally goes. That one that goes, the other launches will be even more easier for people to ape in, because all they're doing is following the dev that went to that X, Y, and Z project beforehand too.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. What's your stance on Telegram? Like, cause I saw certain places where you can get like kind of like a fake followers on Telegram, and build
so you can easily do that. I'll show you the darksidepanel.com is a way to do that. It's pretty cheap as well. It's like literally a couple of dollars for like Telegram, follow Instagram. Just go to Darkside. I'll send this link to you directly. And I'll log in. I'll show you about it, how it works. Let me log in real quick. It's been a bit, but I think I have the login still.
I think I logged in. I think it's like $14.
So basically, there's different type of situations. Let me just scroll in. So theoretically, how it works is you have new orders, and then you can essentially create a service category. So yours is, for example, Telegram members, and then they have different prices, like $3.77 per 1,000 members. So you put your Telegram link in there, and then let's say if you wanted 4,005, that's $17. 4,000 members, and boom, you can basically use this to I wouldn't use it more with Twitter, because again, people want to be the first to buy, especially with a low market cap. You wouldn't have 5,000 people following, but maybe having a Telegram of 60, 70 people or 100, 200 people, and then adding people from X to get a launch build, so people don't feel like they're the only ones in the room, might be better for marketing purposes.
Because you don't want to have a lot of followers and then low liquidity, right? It doesn't look organic.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't look organic at all. Absolutely. Yes, sir. 100%. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What I was gonna say is what we can do is we can always jump on another one-on-one. I do them once a you get a free one a month every time you pay the mob. I was gonna do the 149 with the WAP thing, but the WAP's fucking me shit up right now, so I might have to just do it on Solana.
Since you want to use I'm kind of a little bit familiar with Vortex. Since you suggest I use Vortex, what I want to do, what I want to ask you is in the next few days, we could set something up. I could send you. And then we could launch something together, maybe once, twice, and then I could get the hang of it.
Let's do it. Absolutely. We'll do a one-on-one. Absolutely. I love it.
So just send me the link and, for scheduling, and then, yeah, thanks. And then we could launch together, and then after a few times, after I get the hang of it, I'll be good.